I'm Josh Clinettin, Communications Coordinator for Middle Tennessee Electric. Welcome to our new podcast, Unmetered. As a member-owned not-for-profit electric cooperative, we're focused on providing affordable, reliable, safe electricity and outstanding member service. One way that we've found that we can do that is by providing more avenues of communication to you, our member. Through this podcast, we hope that you'll be able to find some helpful hints, tips, and things to help you conserve energy, as well as some informational pieces that will help you understand what it is to be a member. Thanks for coming back to Unmetered. You can now find our podcasts both on Google Play as well as iTunes and any other podcast service that you frequent. This week we're going to talk a little bit about pumpkin carving, and we'll get into why. It doesn't really seem like something that your electric co-op would do, but we're going to talk a little bit about pumpkin carving safety, as well as some electrical safety. So enjoy the show. Unmetered is brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric. Thanks for joining us again this week. This week we're going to talk a little bit about pumpkin carving. But before we do, you notice that the set's kind of switched up. We're trying to find what looks best. Hopefully this one will work out. It allows me to be able to see what we have going on, so I'm not really glancing down at my notes too terribly much. I can kind of multitask as it is, which is interesting because this week one thing I'm not going to do is multitask around the pumpkin because pumpkin carving. We're going to talk a little bit about pumpkin carving safety, which is not something that you really expect your electric cooperative to really get into. But this year on our Facebook page, we are actually in the midst of our 4th annual pumpkin carving contest. The past couple years, it has just progressively gotten better and better and better. This year, we're expecting a great contest. There's not a lot of entries right now, so we really encourage you to go to our Facebook page and check out the entries. Not only that, but if you don't want to enter, it's a fan vote. So if there's one that you really like, or if you have entered and you want your family to vote, jump out there, check it out. Check out the Facebook page. If you want more information on it, you can check out our website, mtemc.com/unmetered. You'll find all the rules and what you need to do to enter there. Or like I say, you just go out to our Facebook site. I mentioned that I'm not going to multitask, so we actually have a pumpkin here that we're going to carve, but like I said, it's a whole lot better for me just to talk about some of the safety things and have my attention not with the sharp knife. So we actually have KaSondra Hancock, who is our resident pumpkin carving expert. She's going to come in and she's actually going to carve this pumpkin while I'm talking. So KaSondra, say hello. So she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna start carving some stuff. Some of the things that we want to make sure of as just to pass along. Obviously, when you're carving a pumpkin, you don't want to do anything that's unsafe. So one of the things that we tell folks is, if you're under 18 or you're carving with your kids, just keep an eye out for them. You're using sharp knives. They have these little kits nowadays that are great. The knife pieces aren't as sharp, so you can actually have your kids kind of take care of their own pumpkin. But if you are using a knife like KaSondra's, obviously don't run with it. Cuts and pokes and stabs can happen to anybody. It doesn't have to be, just for the little kids. Always keep the blade pointed away from you. Sometimes it helps with, and you can't see it because she's already started carving on it, but sometimes it helps to get, a template and actually draw that out and have it there. You can kind of see where she's very quick. She's very quick. But you can kind of see where she started going with all that. As you open the top and start pulling out the pumpkin junk, as it may be, use an ice cream scooper, do something, dive your hand in there, whatever is easiest, just to get all that nastiness out of there. One thing to make sure of is when you're carving your pumpkin, make sure you're doing it in a well-lit place. Make sure you're doing it where it's dry, so your pumpkin's not going to be slipping and sliding everywhere. You don't have to worry about cutting yourself. Safety is not only a part of our mission, but it's something that we really want our membership to embrace. As we sit here and KaSondra continues to carve, I just want to touch base real quick on the pumpkin carving contest. It happens to coincide with this being our 80th anniversary, which makes things a little bit different. So this year, rather than just have one category, which we've had in the past, we actually have two categories. One is just the general category, so anybody can enter. Prizes for this is first place is a $50 Amazon gift card. And then second is a $30 Amazon gift card and a $20 Amazon gift card for third. But in our other category, in our new category, just for this year, we also have, we're asking members to carve a pumpkin that represents the 80th anniversary of Middle Tennessee Electric. The prize for that is, coincidentally, an $80 Amazon gift card. So take your time. Get your pumpkins squared away, enter them, talk to your friends and family, have them share the page, share the link, all that you want. I mean, the more people that get involved, the more votes we have, the better it's going to be. It's a great contest. It's a lot of fun. We just want to make sure that you guys are engaging as with us as much as we're engaging with you. We're going to take a break here real quick as KaSondra continues to scoop out the pumpkin junk, as she calls it. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit about electrical safety, about some CFL bulbs. Last week we talked to Mandy Pinion about how much more efficient they are. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what happens when one of those breaks. And so we'll be right back.
At Mercy Community Healthcare, we provide primary care for adults and children. We provide behavioral health care and really take care of the whole person. We want to be there for every family and every individual, regardless of their ability to pay through insurance or personally. And the foundation allows us to do that. The gifts we receive through the foundation allows us to provide that care.
Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about some general pumpkin carving safety, talking about our pumpkin carving contest. We have KaSondra, our resident pumpkin carving expert, just whittling away. It actually looks pretty good. You'll get to see it here in a couple minutes. Much better than I could do, just so you know. One of the things that we talked about before we left was CFLs and last week we talked to Mandy Pinion, and she kind of told us a little bit about why they're more efficient and what they do and just why they're a better bulb. But one thing that happens often, I know it's happened at my house, is you'll be changing a bulb or you'll be carrying something and it'll hit the light bulb and it'll break. Now CFLs are a little bit different when they break because you have to be a little bit more careful, because CFLs, unlike incandescent bulbs, actually have a little bit of mercury in them. So it makes it a little bit trickier as to how you clean it up. But basically, it's somewhat the same. What you're going to want to do is first of all, you're going to want to make sure that anybody, any kids or pets are out of the room. You're going to want to ventilate the room, scoop up the glass as much as you can with stiff cardboard or paper or a dustpan. Use some tape to pick up any other glass pieces that you see. You're going to want to wipe everything down with a damp paper towel. Again, that just helps pick up the glass, helps clean up any mercury that might be there. The mercury is so minimal in these bulbs that it's not a health hazard, when they break. Immediately clean everything up, put everything in the garbage that was broken, discard any cloths that may have broken glass fragments on them, and then immediately wash your hands. If you want to go back through these, I know I kind of ran through them a little bit quick, but there's going to be a link down at the bottom of the page that you'll be able to go there and check that out. And if you want more information on it, you can always go to our website or you can go to the EPA website and check it out. One of the new things that we've been talking about when it comes to safety here around the utility and with some of my friends who are electricians are these tamper resistant outlets. They're the coolest things. I have a 1-year-old daughter crawling around and actually she's walking around and she's getting to the point where she's recognizing the outlets, and so we have the little plastic covers that pop in there, but they've come out with newer outlets that in 2008 it's been mandated that new construction have these, and I'm starting to replace these in my house, replace our old outlets with these. They're called tamper resistant outlets, and basically what it is it's an outlet, looks just like a regular outlet, but on the inside where there's the prongs, it actually has a piece of plastic that'll cover it. The only way to be able to put a plug in is to apply pressure on both of those on both sides of the outlet equally, so that you know, it stops kids from sticking a knife or a fork or a finger or a car key in there. They're actually great. They're not very expensive. You can get them at your local hardware store. We do encourage you, if you're going to do it at home, be safe. Make sure you flip your main breaker before you do it. If you're not comfortable exchanging an outlet, don't. Let a certified professional come in and do it. But take a look at the Tamper Resistant Outlets. They're a very cool new product out there. And again, they're not very expensive, and they're going to save you down the road of, you know, with worrying about anything getting in there, little kids, you know, anything at all. And when we come back, we're going to have the great pumpkin reveal, and it's pretty cool. Check it out.
The Middle Tennessee Electrics Foundation has been supporting the clients of Interfaith Dental Clinic since 2008. With their support, they've been able to provide funding to put the dentist's hands to work to help people in need get the dental care that can make all the difference.
So, you know, this whole time that we've been talking, KaSondra's been working really hard on this pumpkin, and you know, unfortunately, because we're employees, we can't enter this particular pumpkin into the contest on our Facebook page. But what she did is, it's a jack-o'-lantern that well, it looks like it ate a little bit too much of the Halloween candy. Go ahead and turn that thing around. It's that is a pumpkin. So, moral of this story, y'all, be careful when you're trick-or-treating. Don't eat too much candy, because you'll end up throwing up your pumpkin junk. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining us this week. We hope you enjoyed the lighthearted nature of this episode, and but at the same time took home some good safety tips. Join us next time when we talk to our Chief Operating Officer, Tom Suggs, kind of about his role here at Middle Tennessee Electric, as well as his career through the electric ranks, and from both of you, pumpkin jumped on my pants. Come on, man. From both of us, thanks. We'll see you next time. Unmetered is brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric.